There's 2 dogs behind me somewhere. If I die, then at least you have seen this record. 2 dogs off leash, Sasquatch Park, breaking the bylaws and regulations here. We'll have to make a call to my attorney. Hey man, stop pissing on that. Dog peeing on a rock. Who does he think he is? Nobody pees on the rock. Can you smell what the rock is? People, nobody follows the rules anymore, huh? Nobody follows the rules. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
What are the rules around when should you increase the weight? So welcome back to Gallant Bodybuilding, and today let's talk about the rules around when you should increase the weight. Now, here's the thing. I mean, unlike these dogs here, who are not following the rules, there is, well, actually a lot like these dogs here. They are not following the rules at all, these dogs. So welcome back to Gallant Bodybuilding, and today we're going to talk about following the rules, or maybe not following the rules. Like, what is the rule around when you should increase the weight in your training program? Because there's a lot of distractions right here in the park today. A lot of distractions. So sorry, these people are not following my videography rules, my YouTube rules. Those bastards. So in your training program, when should you increase the weight? Well, here's the thing. I don't really follow a strict rule on when to increase the weight. What I do is I take a set to failure with a given weight, and I say, geez, how many reps did I get? Wow, I got around 20 reps, 25 reps. Okay, and then I just do multiple sets of that, like I talked about in my last video. But that said, I know that increasing the weight will increase the intensity. So sometimes I want to hit the 6 to 8 rep range. So then I'll do a day where I say, hey, 275 pounds or 295 pounds. That's what I'm going to get in between 6 to 8 reps, and that's what I'll do for a given weight for a bench press set or whatever, right? So I'll pick my weight based on that, and then ultimately I just always go to failure or as hard as I can. So it really doesn't matter as much about when you should increase the weight. Now, what a lot of people do is they have overly structured programs where they're always using the same weight every program and they're trying to progressively overload. What they think progressively overload means is that they do a set, and then when they accomplish a certain amount of reps, then they have to raise the weight because they always have to be within a certain rep range. Right? They're always saying, I gotta always be in between 6 and 8 reps or 8 and 10 reps. So if I'm going over that, that means I'm somehow diminishing my gains. But that's not true, right? Because when you go over in that rep range, you're hitting different muscle fibers. So sometimes that's a valid set. Using that weight is a valid set. So I always mix up the weights that I use, and then I go to failure and then see where the reps lie. And then eventually, yeah, I mean, I'll be using the same weight that I used 6 months ago, and then yeah, maybe I'm getting an extra couple reps, but that just happens by accident from me just shifting up the rep ranges, shifting up the weights, and always going to failure, or at least always going as long as I'm not using too heavy a weight, which is around the 4 or 5 rep range, you know what I'm saying? So once you get into that rep range, then sometimes hitting failure becomes a little bit trickier and a little bit more riskier for injury, like I've talked about a million times.
Some different shots for you.
If you're wondering why I'm standing over here, is because I just want to change things up a bit. I just feel like we're always talking from the same distance, so I thought this would just add a different dynamic to our conversation. So one way to do this, if you are one of those overly structured guys, which I'm kind of condemning right now, but not really condemning, but just saying it's kind of, sometimes it can be a little bit obsessive compulsive, that's all I'm saying. And obsessive compulsion can kind of get in the way of your gains in the long run a lot of times because you will have a lack of flexibility or malleability when it comes down to your thinking, and you'll get stuck in constantly doing one rep range. And like I've talked about before, you'll hit a plateau with that rep range. And at some point you realize, geez, no matter how many times I do the same weight, no matter how many times I come into the gym, no matter how many months go by, I am not getting stronger or I'm not getting more muscular. So you're hitting a plateau. So increasing the weight then is not going to do anything because then you're just going to get less reps, right? So you won't be able to hit that 6 to 8 rep range or whatever rep range you're looking for. So you're not really progressively overloading. You're not really progressing. That's what I'm saying. You're not really progressing. in order to kind of throw the mind out a little bit here, you basically use a weight, go to failure, then change up the rep ranges next workout, then the next workout after that, change the rep range, and then maybe come back around to that heavy rep range that you did originally, and then see what happens to your weights. But don't get too obsessed with the perfect time of when to increase the weights. You're always increasing and decreasing weights, and as long as you're pushing the muscles to failure, you're going to get adaptation. That's it. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be so freaking complicated. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Amen. I find it funny that a lot of the dogs that come to the park, even though they're supposed to be on a leash, they're not. It still smells like poo around here because that dog took a crap by my camera. Not all dogs go to heaven. Not every one of them. At least that one won't. So yeah, if you're stuck in the way of doing straight sets all the time, always using the same weight, or you're always using the same rep range, and then you're wondering when to raise the weight, I would say this. Say you're doing 3 or 4 sets of a given weight and of 6 to 8 reps, and then one day you're able to hit 9 or 10, well, then raise the weight 5 pounds and then see what happens. That's really it. When you're hitting your goal of a certain amount of reps and then you start to exceed that and you want to stay in the same rep range, it only stands to reason that you raise the weight then. But just raise it incrementally. You don't have to raise it by 10 pounds or 15 pounds because that can be overkill. Just raise it by 5 pounds if it's a big compound lift, or less if you can, and then go from there. That would be how you would progressively lift more weight with the same rep range. I'm going for a swim. I'm gonna go drown myself. Drown myself in the knowledge of weight training. It smells over there. It smells over there. So thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patrons and supporters, and take care for now. And I think this is a good healthy distance between me and that area, general area where the dog took a crap. I'm just gonna stay here for a bit. I might leave the camera overnight. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here. Screw it. It's just too smelly. I'm gonna leave my camera behind. Man, the shit I put up with to do these YouTube videos is crazy. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that a lot of people who own dogs have dogs because they don't give a shit about other people. Their dogs tend to give a lot of shit though.